I'm Jack Weinberger of the Paul Farrington Show. And before we start this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. It goes a long way.
And there's one story here. There's one story. The Jets win, that's great. But the story is Kenny Pickett coming in the second half, replacing Mitch Trubisky. He had his ups and downs. I know that some people at this table may feel differently about that.
He was good.
But overall, I want to go back to, I think, our first show or our second show as Andrew cracks a second beer, an unnamed beer.
Are you sure it's the second? There seems to be another two bottles down
Third
there.
or fourth. Third or fourth.
Listen, man, the boys are
Trivia
rolling. The
night.
Jets are 2-2. The Mets have died. Sometimes you drink for happy and for sad.
I might ask for one more as well. In a little bit.
Listen,
So here's
I
what I
got
want to
12
go.
for a reason.
This
They
is
can't all
empty.
be for me.
It's empty.
I want to go
It's
back
empty.
to, I think it was our first or second show when we talked about Kenny Pickett and the Mitch Trubisky dilemma in Pittsburgh. And I said the right decision was to start with Kenny Pickett, let him make his mistakes, let him get all those growing pains over with so that next season you're ready to go into that and competing.
Well, I disagree.
And
That's
you
not how the
disagree.
Steelers
Disagree.
operate.
No, that's not how they operate. But that's what I felt was the best decision for the franchise because Mitch Trubisky is just he's not an NFL starting quarterback. He's really not. Like you want him as a backup. I think he can come in and be serviceable if you need him. But overall, he's just not going to give you what you need. So why don't you let Kenny Pickett feel it out? And I think that you really did see him feel it out in this game. He's going to make mistakes, and he did.
I thought he was good.
But you thought he was okay?
Yes, and let me talk for a bit here. So I disagree with you. I thought it was fine to start the veteran, start the guy with NFL experience, see if he can guide the ship. He couldn't, and I feel bad for him because
I don't feel bad for him.
Look, he's
Millionaire.
He's not. You're right, but he's not phenomenal. It's not the worst thing in the world being about a quarterback. You're right, but he's not phenomenal. Probably more of a backup, and I saw it. He was not put into a fantastic situation with the way the Steelers run their offense.
No.
And we saw it for years with Big Ben when we had Todd Haley calling plays too. And it was noticeable. Big Ben noticeably on the sideline. Todd Haley, screw off. I'm calling my own plays. Mitch didn't have the power to do that. Nonetheless, not fantastic.
Didn't have
Pick-
the ability
Pickett-
either.
Pickett's the better. Ben also had AB. Pickett is the better.
AB's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Pickett's the better quarterback, and I saw it in one half. It's Kenny Pickett's time. This football team's going nowhere, and he's the future of the team. So get him his reps now. Get him in now. Look, he was 10 for 13. He got the ball up the field decently. He had some beautiful throws to Pickens, a beautiful throw to Pat when he was drilled.
Potential's there. You can
Yeah,
see, you can see glimpses.
His interception shoot, like you'll look and say, oh, he had 3 picks. One was a Hail Mary at the end of the game. One was
Disregard that.
One was a ball to Claypool. I thought was a good ball. Where Claypool at 6'5", his frame, and Zach, you agreed, has to come down.
Well, he stinks.
I do think that
He stinks.
I think that interception that could be more of a decision throw because he's throwing into double coverage, and I think on the replay he had someone out in the flat.
But the way he put it up there for Chase Claypool could have
Yeah,
gone
you
down
give
with
your
that ball.
guys a chance.
He made no effort at
Listen.
all.
Pickett's better than Trubisky. I completely
He
agree.
had some nice throws. He scrambled. Like he looked fine to me
Yes.
in his first half in the NFL.
The issue is the Steelers didn't do him any like they should have said the Steelers should have said after where they had a 10-day break after playing after playing the Browns, Kenny Pickett is going to start next game. Give him 10 days with the starters, give him 10 days with the ones, and let him get in the flow. I get it. Tomlin thought, all right, you know what? I'm sure he thought, as did you, who put, your good name on the line. Trubisky will be able to get us by those, same old Jets. And it wasn't cutting it. So they had to go to Pickett. The stadium got into it, and I admit I was worried. But then, the rust kind of showed. He hasn't played in a game like this in almost, how long is it now? Maybe 8 months. He hasn't played in a real football game.
He's a rookie, and he's just a rookie.
This is his first NFL game. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders.
No prep time whatsoever.
No prep time. Yeah, on the broadcast, they said he is yet to throw a pass with the ones in practice. So listen, did he play, as someone who's seen rookie quarterbacks, I've seen the revolving door. Did he play well? I mean, to an NFL quarterback, no, he didn't play well. But he played to the point where you could be like, oh, that throw when Quinnen Williams is down his throat, he stands in and hits Freiermuth right over the middle. That's a great throw. Oh, we're on the 2-yard line. Instead of Mitch, rolling back and throwing it out of bounds, we have Kenny who can make a move and make a linebacker miss him. These are all promising things. I think he looked okay. I feel bad for the kid. He's got to go into Buffalo, which, again, I know is
they're going to get killed.
the hardest place to play in football.
That's a tough place to start your first game in the NFL.
So, listen, I was happy. And look, I wasn't mad. Like, when Kenny Pickett came in, while I was worried because the fans got into it, I wasn't worried like, oh, if we take a lead here, this guy's going to go down the field. And kill us.
Not
He's a
everyone's
rookie. It's
Patrick
tough.
Mahomes.
Yeah,
Not everyone
yeah,
comes
yeah.
in, and most
Like,
people aren't.
The thing, like he had those 3 picks, which I only think one was his fault.
The one was terrible.
One was terrible.
That blew the game. Yeah.
A decision you can't make. And again, rookie, first half he's playing in the NFL. It's going to happen fine. But I thought that I saw a lot of promising throws from Kenny. Throws that I don't think Mitch would make.
Oh, no.
Like-
He's,
like-
yeah.
That's the difference is that you can tell that Mitch can't make some of those throws, and that Pickett he can, and that he will when he
You
starts
can
to
also
make reads.
tell the offense, like Pickens too, watching the game.
Oh, Pickens, he's a problem.
He's good.
No, he's good.
Mentally,
but he's a
but like
mental
you could
problem.
tell when he comes in, and I saw some of the just being on Jets Twitter, I see some of the opposing teams post game. You could tell that the offense wants to play for Pickett. Like when he came in, there was a definite boost where like the guys were like going at it. Pickett was he was more into the game. With Mitch, I feel like they know like, oh, he's going to drop back and just check it down 5 yards to somebody.
It was a spark.
Yeah,
I
it was
want
a
to
spark.
I want to go to
Here's the
Ziggy, and I want to hear Ziggy's thoughts on this. Ziggy, what do you think of the Pickett Trubisky decision to start Kenny in the second half?
2 things. One, can you believe that Chase Claypool is 2 inches taller and 40 pounds bigger than George Pickens? He sure does not play like it.
That's
I
what I'm
love Chase
saying.
Claypool. He did
Yeah.
he did a lot for us, but man, you can just tell what happens when a new wide receiver comes into that offense.
You can
But,
tell what
know,
happens when you start going on TikTok and painting your face like a warrior.
That's what I'm saying. Like make
Worry
some
about football.
Make some attempt at that ball. He made none.
I thought it was just a bad ball.
he didn't even have to jump. Well, he didn't even have to jump up like that, right? It was just bad play all around from Claypool. But
Yep.
maybe you think he shouldn't have thrown that up. I get it.
So what
In
do you
any
think,
case,
though? You happy?
Paul, you asked about the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The future was not with Mitch Trubisky. I don't know. I think when we're looking back on this draft in a few years, we're going to see that what happened was Pickett got grouped in with a really bad class of quarterbacks, and that led to him slipping. Teams didn't need quarterbacks quite like they did. Lots of teams found bridge guys, but I fully expect him to be good in the NFL. I think the kinds of concerns people had are worrying. And if that was your hope, right? If you're a Steelers fan, you're looking for him to play well, lots to feel positive about with this game. That's for sure.
I mean,
I don't know. It's like that pick he makes at the end of the game. I
That was
think
brutal.
a quarterback will tell you that's the thing you can only learn by actually
Yeah.
playing.
that was bad.
Because
But
in college, he gets away with that 10 times out of 10.
He was
You
10
just-
of 13. Like outside of his picks,
Yeah. No,
He didn't throw one
every pass
incompletion.
was caught by someone.
yeah. And look, Pittsburgh was up 20-10, and credit Andrew's man Zach Wilson.
Well,
and,
that's what I was about to
and the
say.
Jets offense. Like Kenny Pickett put us in a position to win the game, and then made a horrible turnover.
And then he put you in
But-
the position. To
But
lose,
we
yeah.
had the lead.